There you go.
Okay, well, you better take that letter then, because you need to post it, don't you?
That's going off, and you can track it
if
if you want to.
indeed that is your will to do that.
Yeah.
The
point is
but that's one tiny thing, isn't it?
It's a tiny thing, but there are many other things that can be done. And as I say, if you look at TPUC, they'll give you insights and perhaps guidance on what to do. Now, when I stop paying this, of course, they will send me, you know, they'll try and prosecute me. They'll send out one of their inspectors. And because all statute law is actually, it doesn't apply to you unless you accept it, I simply won't accept it. So when he comes round, if he wants to, or you see that my television is there and it is working or whatever, he will say, right, you are guilty, you're breaking such and such a statute, write out the ticket, sign this. Well, I'm not signing it, because that ticket is issued against my birth certificate, the legal personage that this state created, and I am a free person. I am not that legal person. I'm a lawful person.
Okay.
And it is unlawful to fund an institution that is, A, committing treasons with Europe to remove our rights, or at least not standing up for us and pointing out to the people that this is happening, and many other such things.
Okay,
so
but this is, you know, I mean, okay, this is a symbolic act, if you like.
Yeah.
But what it seems that we are facing, if what you're saying is correct, is that, you know, we are being farmed by these people. We are being abused by these people, that our money is not what we're told that it is. So, you know, what can we do about this much bigger picture? I mean, one of the things that I noticed on your Facebook site was that, and this fascinated me, was that the square mile is not part of the UK.
No, it's
Is this true?
Well, I'll tell you what, if it isn't true, get someone on and show us that it isn't. But it is true. The square mile is not part of the United Kingdom.
This is the City of London.
The City of London.
Which is guarded by these dragons,
That's right. Well, that's strange, really, that it's got reptilian creatures guarding it. And the Queen herself actually has to ask permission to walk into it.
Well, she does once a year, doesn't she?
Yeah, but she requires permission. So the mayor of the square mile will take her in.
It's like the
British.
Black Rod thing into the House of Commons, because the Queen also requires permission to go into the House of Commons when she opens Parliament.
That's right, but that's because the Commons belongs to us, sort of thing. How funny is that? So let's one day take it back. But
how do you know that the square mile is not part of the United Kingdom?
Because there have been much research done into this over the years by many people. What the square mile actually is a nation-state all of its own. It is owned by the elite bankers and their associates. It's also, and this is where people will get lost off, but the square mile exists in its own right. It is not subject to the laws of the United Kingdom. It's an independent city-state. And the United States of America is a wholly owned subsidiary as well.
Of what?
Of that city-state. All profits, everything made in the United States of America, legally paid through that city-state. Now, that sounds like a profound thing. Go research it, come back, tell me I'm wrong. In fact, the Prime Minister could save us so much time.
What about the Declaration of Independence?
Well, that was the whole thing, really, was a Freemasonic setup. America tried to fight for independence from the UK because of the very thing we're talking about, the banking scam. They stood up against it. They wanted independent, free currency, debt-free. And, of course, what did they finally get?
Federal Reserve.
They got the Federal Reserve, which is the complete undermining, which is why America's on the verge of revolution. So what can we do in this country? The elite, and I don't mean, I must draw a line here between elite and people with money. This is not an eat the rich thing. This is not a socialist thing. It's not about going after those people with money if you haven't got it. This is about removing the elite controllers who are sucking this system dry. They use occult knowledge, hidden knowledge, sacred geometry as part of that. They have the square mile. I'm suggesting that at some point do be announced in the future that the people in this country peacefully rise up and go to London en masse. And actually, rather than do what they do, which is squaring the circle, well, we'll encircle the square. A huge symbolic act. They can try and stop us if they want. They can call it a protest if they want. But under their own definition, if we show no emotion of any sort, it's not even a protest or a demonstration.
So let me just get this straight, because this, I think, is quite important. What you're proposing, then, is that a huge number of people who are aware of these things that you're claiming about our currency and the control over us, and that we are being farmed by this elite that owns the Bank of England, go to the square mile of London, the City of London, peacefully, without placards or...
No placards.
Without chanting.
No demonstration, because the media...
No, without any demonstration, just go to the City of London on a certain day, at a certain time.
That's right, and let's make it a symbolic day. You know, 10, 10, 10, 11, 11, 11, whatever. One of those days.
OK, well...
11 resonates nicely for various reasons, but...
Well, I suppose 9 does as well. Yeah. But well, that would be next month then, wouldn't it? 999.
Every time I look at my watch or a clock, it says 11, 11. So, you know, I don't know. But
that's 2 years away. Maybe that'll be too late.
The point is, if we... It might be. I mean, I don't know. The trouble is...
Whereas 999...
What they're trying to do...
is only, you know, a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks away.
Well, if we want to do it, then fine. But... You know, are the British public actually going to do this? Is this message going to sink in by then?
I don't know.
I hope so. Because
people
what they're being incited to do...
People can be bothered to go to flash mobs
I know.
in Waterloo Station, where they all stand around dancing.
I've been misquoting.
If they can be bothered to do that, could they not be bothered to save the planet?
Well,
by going and standing around the City of London.
You would think
perhaps.
so. As I've said a couple of times in misquoting Churchill, never in the field of human apathy has so much been given away by so many to so few. And that's what's happened in this country. So it's time. You might be sat at home thinking, well, this is all irrelevant to me because tomorrow morning I've got to go out and do my job. I'll tell you, not long from now, your job ain't going to be there because they're going to collapse this economy. Their only solution will be move into the euro, and in America it'll be the Amero, which is all they're waiting.
Yeah, the Amero is the currency which is Canada, United States and Mexico.
I personally suspect that they'll make it so bad that they won't even take those steps. They'll just move straight to the global currency that they talked about
which they already
at
G20.
Have.
Doesn't the Bank of International Settlements already have?
It's all what they talked about it at G20,
currency.
yeah. It's all set up, waiting for the moment when the public won't respond violently to it. And if they do, they will crush that violent... They actually want a violent response to this. And that's why they're stirring up trouble with other people, to get these idiots, and there's plenty of them out there, to, for want of a better word, have an armed revolution. So it can be crushed. We suddenly have a police state overnight. That's what they want. I'm saying it's time for the British public to stand up and do something.
And have a peaceful demonstration.
Yeah. There's things happening now.
Peaceful, not even a demonstration.
Not even a demonstration.
Just to be there.
Don't demonstrate. We go to London and we take Parliament back, simply by being there. Now, all right, and we can give them the date. It doesn't have to be a secret.
But
let them stop us.
Parliament is in the City of Westminster, it's not in the City of London.
Well, you know.
So let's... If you're going to do it, Mark, you've got to get your plan straight. So is it the City of Westminster or the City of London?
This is not my plan. I am saying we have to do something, and there's enough people out there with brilliant ideas and brilliant organisational skills. This is open to everyone in this country. It's not for me to say that we should do it. I like the idea of encircling...
But isn't this where these sort of things all fall apart? Because person A goes, let's go there, and person B... And it ends up like Life of Brian, doesn't it?
All right, then let me correct what I'm saying. By encircling the square mile, we will effectively take our Parliament back. We don't have to storm it. This is your master plan, if you like, that, it's a suggestion.
As many people as possible, on a certain day that has significance for them, not necessarily for the people who go there, go to the... Just travel to the City of London and surround it.
And stare at
Not with any threat, not stopping the traffic. And
you know what? The media, who have ignored this up to now, because they are fully controlled, there's only 3 people own the media, largely...
But not this station.
Not this station, no, thank God for this station. But the media will be coming to us and saying, oh, what are you doing here? And we'll say, naff off. We don't need